Hey guys, good morning. Let's quickly sum up all the things we're going to talk about in today's video. Bitmain will no longer supply Bitcoin mining equipment to China. On October 13th, Revolt will launch its yield maximizer platform. El Salvador's president plans to utilize Bitcoin revenues to establish an animal hospital, according to a tweet. Sri Lanka establishes a committee to deploy cryptocurrency mining and blockchain technology. Following the country's crypto prohibition, Bitmain, a Chinese cryptocurrency mining equipment company, will expand its operations outside of China. In order to comply with local legislation, Bitmain will be suspending delivery to mainland China locations, but foreign commerce will continue as usual, the company said in a blog post on Sunday. From October 11, 2021, Antminer will stop shipping to mainland China. For customers in mainland China who have purchased long-term products, our staff will contact them to provide alternative solutions. Bitmain's company has begun to suffer and had many other crypto firms as a result of new laws in China since 2017. In 2017, it had a roughly 50% domestic market share, and in the first half of 2018, it had a 40% market share. Although Bitmain finally exited the domestic market as a result of the crackdown, the firm ascribed the decision to China's carbon neutral policy. It also announced that the World Digital Mining Summit 2021 will be held in Dubai in 2021 to examine green energy mining prospects. It was stated this would not harm international business, but what about domestic business? Users in China have been suffering for the past several months, and Bitmain has yet to announce its intentions for dealing with them. However, Antminer crypto mining equipment will continue to be available to customers all across the world, including in Taiwan and Hong Kong. Meanwhile, the void left as a result of this was apparently filled by an increase in at-home mining operations in China using graphic processing units. But the Chinese authorities' crackdown was intensifying and no hidden operations could operate. Nonetheless, the Bitcoin value had been affected by a gap in mining activities, which was now on the mend. Since late July, miners have relocated to more convenient sites throughout the world, and the hash rate has grown by 39%. Revolt customers will be able to quickly identify the top performing vaults for their assets and will benefit from an automated rebalancing function that adjusts their position whenever a new vault enters the lead, with the goal of becoming the DeFi. The project was created by DeFi.org and its founding partners Binance, Moonstake, and Orbs to address two fundamental issues in DeFi: locating the best location to put your assets to work and maintaining that position so that it is always at its best. Revolt is able to provide real-time vault API using its own vault indexer, eliminating the need to trust their supplied data. Revolt's initial liquidity offering will take place on October 13th, 12 p.m. CET, and will raise up to $440k USD, which will be split amongst three launchpads: Lightning, Pools, and DAO Maker's Infinity Pad. As the name implies, 100% of the BNB raised in the ILO as well as the pre-sale donations will remain locked as liquidity on PancakeSwap in the form of Reva dollar tokens of identical value. The project's official Medium account has the entire Reva dollar tokenomics, DAO, and ILO information. Revolt will deploy its beta version of the platform on October 14th, allowing holders of its governance token to begin staking the tokens for staking incentives. The Revolt team has doxed themselves, disclosing its vast blockchain experience with founding members of crypto businesses and veteran projects like Orbs, Banker, Efficient, Frontier, and others after being in stealth mode for almost a year. El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele revealed in a series of tweets on Saturday that a portion of the country's $4 million in Bitcoin revenues will be used to create a modern-looking pet hospital. The trust that El Salvador established to assist make Bitcoin legal tender currently has a surplus, according to Bukele, due to the cryptocurrency's rising value. El Salvador's legislature authorized that $150 million fund before Bitcoin became a legal tender on September 7th, and the nation has also acquired 700 Bitcoins in total. Bukele explained how the trust works and why it has a surplus in series of tweets on October 9. According to the president, the amount of money in this trust, known as FIDE Bitcoin, is set by law in dollars. The balance sheet of the trust contains both cash and Bitcoin. Chivo, the trust operating firm, must pay Bantezel, El Salvador's development bank, that amount in dollars. Salvadorans use Chivo, a commission-free wallet software, to transfer remittances and make digital payments to companies in both dollars and Bitcoin. The trust currently has a $4 million excess, according to Bukele. Chivo can get rid of those millions without hurting the trust's overall balance, which retains the same amount of Bitcoin, even if the value of the US dollar falls. By the way, we're not selling any BTC. Using the USD part of the trust, since the BTC part is now worth more than what we established. Bukele responded with a tweet in English. He also stated that the pet hospital's worth would most likely rise in comparison to USD. After forming a committee to investigate and deploy blockchain and crypto mining technologies, Sri Lanka has joined the Global Crypto Adoption Campaign. Sri Lanka's Director General of Government Information, Mohan Samarayanake, published a letter on October 8 indicating that the authorities had accepted a recent proposal aimed at attracting investments in the country's blockchain and cryptocurrency projects. The Sri Lankan government, according to Samarayanake, has highlighted the necessity to build an integrated system of digital banking, blockchain, and cryptocurrency mining technologies in order to keep up with global partners and international markets. He continued, this committee will be mandated to study the regulations and initiatives of other countries such as Dubai, Malaysia, Philippines, EU, and Singapore, etc., and propose a suitable framework for Sri Lanka. Namal Rajapaksa, the Minister of Project Coordinating and Monitoring, proposed that the committee transmit its conclusions on crypto and blockchain to the Cabinet of Acts, Rules and Regulations. Two of the committee's 8 members, Sandun Hapugoda of MasterCard and Sujiva Mudagila of PricewaterhouseCoopers PwC, represent worldwide fintech heavyweights. Traditional finance members including Rajiva Bandaranaike, CEO of the Colombo Stock Exchange, and Dharmasri Kumatharathunge, Director of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, the President's Council, Sri Lanka Computer Emergency Readiness Team, Department of Government Information and Communication Technology Agency, and the President Council are among the remaining 4 members. The committee will also examine laws and regulations enacted by other countries to create rules against anti-money laundering, terror funding, and criminal activities in support of this endeavor. So that's all for now. We'll get back to you tonight. Until then, join our Telegram channel for free crypto signals. Visit our blog linked below for guides, reviews, and tutorials, and subscribe to the channel for daily updated crypto news.